me check. How's it going, everyone? Stay with me. Stay with me. Don't leave. I just have to make sure that I can see everything I'm supposed to see as I'm supposed to see it. Okay, we're in. Hey, everybody. It's your big bald-headed sister, Action Jacqueline. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Bold Girls chat room. We're not doing any gossiping today because I don't think there's any funny or interesting things going on in the news with regard to hair and baldness and wigs or whatever. I've been staying on top of that, even though I've been missing for a bit. I have been staying on top of the Bald Girl news because, I always like to come to you guys with the interesting and difficult conversations about alopecia that are trending in the news. But I haven't found anything lately. And I do want to apologize for being missing in action. But if you've been watching me for any amount of time, then you know that I have this thing. It's called the winter blues. And it happens right as, sorry, I'm trying to fix my screen, right as daylight savings time ends. And like it messes with my head like crazy. I'm trying to get my chats going, and for some reason I can't see my YouTube chats. What's going on? Do I have to log out? I hope not. I really do. Refresh? Is that the way to do it? My God. Okay. I see that now. So now I'm able to see both my TikTok messages and my YouTube messages. Let me make sure that I have both on my screen, which is not easy to do, surprisingly. Okay. So, yeah, the winter blues is pretty bad. I don't know if anybody else out there is suffering with this, but I suffer with it every year, and it gets really, really bad. And the feelings, what winter blues is basically is called seasonal affective disorder. It's SED, and it's your body's response to darkness, more darkness than lightness. Am I saying that right? So it's like your circadian rhythm is thrown off, and somehow your emotions don't align at any part of the day, and it's ridiculous. Arslan says, Mahab? I'm not sure what that says, but hi guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so if you suffer from this, you may not even know it. You just might notice that you just feel really down this time of year, and it might just be because of winter blues. And I know there's something that you can do like light therapy, and that might work. I've been doing something similar to that. Like for some reason, I just didn't want to buy a light. It just seems kind of silly to get a light and have it follow you around the house. There's this thing, like a little light that I guess you keep it on your body when you wake up in the morning for like 20 minutes, and it's supposed to help with your mood for the whole day. So you shine this bright light on you. I don't know much about it. I've never done it. I've just been, when I get up in the morning and I take my showers, I make sure that my blinds are up and I get that blast of sun, and hopefully that helps. I don't know. It's not been easy. But I don't want to talk about depression, but depression is real. It's like a real thing, and you get it. And the emotions that come with the depression are absolutely ridiculous. Like, every part of you knows that the thoughts that you're feeling are out of line. Like, you're not supposed to feel like this. You're not supposed to have these feelings like, oh, my kids don't need me. Like, what? That's a very illogical thought, but it is a thought that comes through a depressed person's mind. So Shadow says, oh my God, you're beautiful. Thank you so much, Shadow Frog 17. Sean Ahmed says, what is your name? I'm Action Jacqueline, your big bald-headed sister. Thank you so much for joining. Duncan says, hi. Barath Gamer. Oh, Barath. So your name, I guess, is Barath, says, I am Indian. Where are you from? I'm from the U.S. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Yeah, so I have some wigs in front of me that I'm working on right now. That's been my big thing. If a lot of you have obviously never seen me before, so you don't know what I talk about, but I talk a lot about wigs. I've been having a lot of struggles with my wigs ever since I recently went blonde. I went blonde. Here, let me show you what I look like as a blonde. I went blonde probably maybe 2 years ago, and I really like myself in blonde hair, but I do find that finding a good blonde wig is very, very difficult. So yeah, that I talk about that all the time, probably ad nauseum. Look, my wig is falling apart because I have been working on it. I talk about it probably ad nauseum, my struggles with blonde wigs. And a lot of people who are new to this channel have never really seen me as a brunette, which is what I was doing for years. I was wearing black or off black or number 2 or number 4 hair. When I was very young, I was wearing number 2, which is almost like the darkest brown. And then as I got a little older, I changed to a number 4, which is a lighter brown. And then when I hit another age, and I'm not going to talk about that right now because I don't feel like talking about my age, but when I hit another age, that's when I said, oh, I need to go blonde because my skin definitely does not favor this dark hair anymore. So I have here a wig that I found because I've been going through this kind of like this wig no buy. After spending like 1 year, I think I spent like $7,000 in 1 year, maybe $8,000 in 1 year. And I realized I had this wig shopping addiction. So I didn't want to go back to that, but I had noticed that I was tinkering on wig addiction again, like on wig shopping addiction again, because I found myself, going crazy trying to find a good blonde wig, and I was just buying them over and over again. But anyway, for those of you who have never seen me with the dark hair, let me just show you what that looks like. Okay, this is me with dark hair. And listen, I want you to know I'm sitting in front of a really nice light. So if you think that this looks nice, it probably does look a little nice. It's not because it's a nice wig. It's just a really nice wig. So it probably does, but I promise you, it does not flatter in all lights. Okay, it's just really hard to portray that here. It's just really, really dark for me. And in a lot of lights, especially if I don't have any makeup on right now, I'm wearing some blush and some lipstick. I really look like Elvira, like from the dead. You know what I'm saying? I look like the undead sometimes if the hair is too dark. So I put the light wig on, it looks better 100% that much quickly. See Sahira, Saahirah 32 says, shit your bald head up. Shit your bald head up. Shit your bald head up. Oh, that's funny. You don't have hair, LOL wig. Howard, you can't even speak, sweetheart. What are you saying? Okay. Barath Gamer says, are you so beautiful, Mom? Thank you so much, Barath Gamer. Thank you very much. Yeah, so this is what I look like with the black hair. And so what I was doing, right, was I was going through all the wigs that I own. And I really own a lot of wigs, y'all. When I started really going through my wig catalog, I was like, what the hell? I have like 1,000 wigs in this house. Most of them, if I kept them, it's because they're human hair. That one wasn't human hair, though. And I was actually really, really impressed with this wig because it's by this brand, Sis, which is a budget-friendly brand. And it's a synthetic wig. And I do remember wearing this wig for a short time. I think I bought this wig right before I went blonde. And I just couldn't stand the dark hair anymore. So I didn't wear it for much longer. But I would say the quality of this wig is really, really good. What did Lonnie do? Hey, baby girl. Oh, my God. Hey, sweetheart. It's so good to see you. Thank you for joining. Are you still there? Did you leave? Y'all, this is my people. This is my people. I don't know if I can say your name, but I really, really want to. I hope everything is well and happy holidays to you, sweetheart. Thank you. Let me know if I can say your name, because otherwise I'll just have to keep calling you. What did Lonnie do? I hope the baby's okay. How is Lonnie doing? It's good to see. You know what? Let me not get caught up. But thank you so much for joining, baby. Thank you very much. What is this? Look, this. Y'all, I tell you, being a ball girl is a trip. Let me just say that. Okay, so I have been working on trying to find a brand that can give me a consistent product. So if you wear wigs at all, then you know that they have to be replaced fairly often. You'll hear people say things like, oh, I get a new wig every month, or you'll hear other people say, I get a new wig once a year. I would love to know who's getting one wig per year, what wig they're getting, and how can I get my hand on one of these wigs that lasts the whole year and make you want to wear it? Like, I mean, of course I could keep a wig for a year, but will I be happy in that wig for a year? I don't think so. I really don't. I've never met a wig I wanted to wear for a whole year. So anyway, I had been going down this rabbit hole trying to find a really good blonde wig, but I noticed that blonde wigs are nothing but black hair that has been bleached. And when I say bleached, I mean bleached like crazy. Because imagine this used to be dark hair. 80% of the hair that we purchase comes from the head of Asian people. And y'all know Asian people have dark hair, usually number 2 or number 4 shade hair or darker. So when we buy these wigs, these blonde wigs, the reason why they fall apart so easily, the reason why they misbehave, the reason why they tangle as much as they do is because 9 times out of 10, the wigs were damaged during bleach processing. And for a long time, I thought I could find a brand that could sell me a good bleached wig consistently, that I could buy like once every 3 months just to replace it. That would consistently give me a good bleached wig that wasn't damaged. But more and more, I'm realizing that a lot of companies are just not able to do it. So it might be like a unicorn. It might be something that doesn't really exist. I have bought them, but they are very expensive. The one company I've ever bought wigs from, a human hair blonde wig from, that gave me a consistent product was John Renault. I will say they give a really, really good blonde human hair wig. They do a great job with it, but they do start in the lengths that I like. Like, y'all know I like longer hair. I don't look good in short hair. I think I look okay as a bald girl, but not with short hair. I don't know how that doesn't work out, but it doesn't work out for me, trust me. Here, I'm working on a wig right now, y'all can watch if you're wondering what I'm doing. This is the human hair wig, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so John Renault, I have purchased 2 of their blonde wigs, and they were very good, but I personally ruined the wigs because I really can't be trusted with a wig, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I get my hand on a wig and I start thinning it until it gets too thin, and then I hate it. And that's what I did to both those John Renault wigs. To be fair, one of the John Renault wigs, and I don't want to get too into it, but just know I ruined those wigs on my own because I thinned it too much. I always seem to have this issue with the density in the front. Here, I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Oh, this is off. Oh, that's crazy. But this is, anyway, let me just show you what I mean by putting this wig on. This wig is not done. Don't laugh at me, especially you. What's your name? Sahira, the one who wants to insult me because I'm bald. Really, Sahara, come on, you could do better than that. So this is what it looks like. So my big issue that I typically have, and I didn't have it with this wig, so I'm pretty pleased with this wig, is that the density in the front is usually just too heavy, so I have to do a lot of plucking. Y'all know what plucking is. You see it all the time. Listen, I gotta walk away from the screen for a second, so my nose is running. Hold on. Oh my God, my nose is running like crazy, y'all. Sorry. So typically that's how I end up ruining a wig if I'm going to ruin a wig. And I did manage to ruin my very expensive John Renault human hair wig. I did it twice because clearly there's something up with that John Renault wig. If it was up to standard, I wouldn't have to pluck as much as I did. So just think about that. This wig that I'm wearing right now is also, in my opinion, not up to standard. But I'm not going to give up on it because, like I said, I'm doing this wig no buy. I bought this wig only like 4 months ago, and I'm going to continue to wear it. I bought myself some Olaplex, which is, let me show you. This is Olaplex. Olaplex repairs and strengthens bleached hair, bleach damaged hair, and it really, really works. I'm not a product junkie. I don't usually believe in products. So if I'm telling you it really, really works, I promise you I'm not lying to you. This one product is the only product I've ever met that repairs badly bleached hair. And this hair was pretty badly bleached, especially the hair in the hang on, sorry y'all. Especially hair in this area. Because I think the way they pieced this wig together, like the hair here is completely different than the hair surrounding it. The hair in the crown is completely different. But anyway, I was able to use that. That worked out pretty well. I do recommend this product. It's not a conditioner. It's a treatment. You put the treatment on for 10 minutes over your damp hair without, your hair's just damp. You don't wash it or anything. You just damp it and towel dry it. And then put this on for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you rinse it out. This wig was so badly damaged that I didn't even shampoo it afterwards. I just used this. It's already clean. The wig, I washed it last week. And then after I washed it, I was just like, oh, this is just so bad. This is so bad. So I knew I didn't even wear it. I think I wore it one time. I wore it on Thanksgiving Day. And it was cute until it wasn't. You know, y'all know how that goes. But then the next day I was like, okay, this is horrible. I'm gonna have to do this again. What am I gonna do? And then I remembered the Olaplex. So I went and I bought myself a very expensive bottle of Olaplex. This bottle was probably like $40. I'm not even gonna lie. And but I'm gonna keep using it because it's better than just running out and buying a new wig all the time. Which let me tell you, I wanted to buy a new wig so badly. I close my eyes at night and I dream of buying a new wig. And then I wake up in the morning and then I take my phone and I scroll looking for a new wig. It's like out of control, but I'm not gonna do it, y'all. I told you, one year I spent $8,000 on wigs. I'm not going to fall back in that trap. I felt myself going down that rabbit hole again this year. I had already spent probably, now we're in November. I think by now I've already spent about, I'm doing okay this year. This year I spent a little over $2,000 on wigs, but I'm not going to spend another dollar. So is this a wig expenditure or is this just maintenance? This is just wig maintenance. So we can't include that, right? Right. So we're not including that. But yeah, get the Olaplex. If you're into bleach wigs and you don't want to spend the $2,300 that John Renault charges for their long human hair wigs, get you a budget friendly human hair wig. Make sure that it's somewhat decent because some of them are so bad that they can't even be repaired. But if it's somewhat decent, then you can use this product on it. Okay, so I said that. I don't even remember what I was talking about. But ultimately, what I found to be the best course of action with regards to how I'm wigging, the best course of action is to weave human hair into your synthetic hair pieces. I've effectively turn this into a human hair blend wig. If you look at it, you could see all the work I've done to it. I actually made this wig smaller. So I have videos up already about how to decrease the size of your wig if it's too big for you. I do have a small head, so I have to often do that. So that's been done. I also took out a bunch of wefts of human hair from this Zero wig by John Renault. This is a synthetic piece by John Renault that I wore for years and years and years until I got bored with it. I still love the wig, but I am bored with the style. So I had been working on changing it for probably the last few weeks. I've been working on this one wig because I wanted it to be kind of different, but also kind of the same, you know what I mean? Because I love the color. But somehow the length and everything about it was just looking kind of, I don't know, early 2000s or something. I don't know. It was time for a change. Y'all know when it's time for a change, right? So I removed about probably 8 wefts from this wig and I replaced the wefts with human hair wefts. I'm going to show you what a human hair weft looks like in case you're curious and you want to try this yourself. If you don't know much about hair, and sometimes I take for granted that a lot of you know a lot about hair. as a wig girl, you kind of have to know a lot about hair. Otherwise, you're like at the mercy of whoever's styling your wigs. And it's kind of not a fun place to be at the mercy of whoever is styling your wig. So, yeah, so this wig is effectively now a human hair blend. And because it's a human hair blend, I washed this today. I put it inside my dryer for 45 minutes and I didn't do anything to it because it's a blend. It just snapped back to its original style. I just love that. I did that with this wig. This is the Zara wig, like I said. I turned it into a blend. And then this wig as well. I did the same thing with this wig, which was extremely problematic, this particular wig. This wig is by Tressalure and it's called the Sensational Wig. I bought 2 of these wigs because I liked the style so much, but it only took a couple of weeks before I realized that this wig is problematic. It's really, really hard to maintain. It gets very, very frizzy, very unmanageable very quickly. It literally, within a week, I knew that this wig was going to be a problem, but I did like the way it looked after it was styled, and it would only hold the style for probably a few hours. After being worn like 4 or 5 hours, I'm sorry, my wig is still coming apart because I was working on it. After about 4 or 5 hours, the wig starts to just like look horrible, especially if you're high temperatures. I was in Thailand earlier this year and I wore this wig to the temples, and when it was not a blend, when it was just a synthetic wig. And y'all, I got pictures of myself looking a hot ass mess, and I was just so disappointed in this wig. But I had it. I had another one, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to throw it away because, like I said, I'm not falling down that trap of wig spending. So I took some human hair wefts that I got from an old human hair wig. I'll show you what some wefts look like real quick. This is my bag of wefts. Let me show you. This is what a weft of hair looks like. And you could buy these at the store. But the color is not so hard, is not so easy to find. The colors that I wear. So the fact that I had a few old human hair wigs was great because I was able to take them apart. As you can see, this was taken apart. I was able to take them apart and salvage the hair because the hair was still good, but the cap itself needed a lot of work. So this also is now a human hair blend. Again, I think out of this one, I took about 10 tracks of hair out. Yeah, I did a lot of work to this one. But yeah, so I'm good on wigs, at least until, I don't know, February. I know y'all are like, what? You got like 3 wigs. You can't keep those for 6 months. I don't know. I don't like to make no promises because these wigs be acting a fool. They really do be acting a fool, y'all. All right, hold on. Okay, so what I noticed today, right, when I was going through all my wigs, I found this wig. This wig is a dark wig, probably no longer in my style profile because it's too dark. But I couldn't help noticing what good quality this wig was. Again, I haven't worn this wig probably for about 7 years. I'm not even lying. But I can tell that I also made this into a human hair blend. But just the same, the quality of this wig, this is by Raquel Welch, y'all. It is so much better than this Tressalure wig. And it's really old. So if my estimation is correct, this wig has probably been improved upon. So I think I might be interested in going back to buy a wig from, what is this, Raquel Welch again, because, and this is something I've never really noticed before. It's 100% polyester. Most wigs are Kanekalon, what is the other one? Tyokalon or something like that. Don't get me with the colons, but you know that fact, that material that they make these wigs out of. I've never really seen a polyester wig. And look, while to be fair, this is also a blend now, This area here is never blended because this is the lace part, because these are lace front wigs. So this is the lace part. I don't mess with that. I leave that as is. So this is all synthetic here. And I can tell just by feeling it that the quality of this wig far surpasses the quality of this trestle wig. And the reason why I'm comparing these two and not these two, this is the John Renault synthetic, is because these are both heat-friendly synthetic wigs, and this one is not. This John Renault wig is a standard synthetic wig that you're not supposed to put heat to. I managed to put heat to the wigs just because I know how. But I wouldn't recommend, people who are novices or new to wigs to try to do that. But y'all, this wig, I know for a fact I wore this wig for a good long time. If I'm not mistaken, I took this wig swimming with me a bunch of times as well. So to be able to say that and notice that the hair is in such pristine condition, even after all this time, and then it feels so good. Yeah, I'm going back to Raquel Welch, but just for this synthetic hair, because I have been burned by Raquel Welch and their human hair. I bought a blonde human hair wig from them once, and y'all, it was shitty. It was a shitty wig. I won't do human hair from them. I will do human hair from John Renault when I have $2,300 available to spend the money. Angie sings, "Hey baby, what's up, cousin? Hey love, thank you for the gifts. Thank you." My cousin is on, y'all. Yeah, so I will purchase from this brand again, and I think, y'all, if you were me and it was Christmas time, would you purchase a new wig? Because I could. See, this is how I get into it all the time. I know I don't need a new wig, but I sure do want to get another Raquel Welch wig now that I stumbled across that one. That color is a little bit too dark for me, but yeah, I think I want to get another Raquel Welch wig. What would y'all do? Would you do that? Or am I doing too much? King Ragnar says, "Beautiful. Thank you." Rose Rahif says, "Oop, girl." I don't know what that means, but hey, Rose Rahif. Did I say that right? King Ragnar says, "I don't need a wig." Thank you very, very much. Y'all, I wear the wig to keep the outside noise quiet. Cause y'all, strangers have a lot to say. Strangers have so much to say. I've been outside without the wig, and the amount of attention I get is just obscene. Honestly, it's just like so many questions. Even like I thought about, y'all. I have to go pick up. Sorry, it's getting late. The time just snuck up on me. I thought about wearing this dark wig. I remember the last time I wore a dark wig outside. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, you changed your hair." It was like such a big deal. It was like you would think that I bought a new car. The way that these people were going on and on about my hair, and the conversation gets really awkward. It's just like, thanks. And then I know they're going to see me tomorrow on here because that's just how I do. You know what I mean? So it gets so awkward. But anyway, yeah, that's why I wear the wig, just to keep the outside noise out because it's so annoying. So annoying answering questions all day long about your hair. For those of you who go out without your wigs, can we just say that? Thank you. Thank you. I salute you 100%. Okay, y'all. So I have this deadline to meet. I'm going to try to catch up with you again. I'm glad that I finally came back on and pushed through my seasonal affective disorder so that I could come here and engage with you guys. It really means a lot to me that you took the time to meet with me today. Before I leave, I did want to talk about a few of the other brands so I could tell you my experience with the brands and what I think about them in terms of blonde hair in particular. Okay, if I don't mention the brand, it's not because I haven't used it, because I've been bald since I was 13 years old. So I've tried every brand, just about any brand you can think of. I've tried it. I'm sure there's new ones I haven't, but for the most part. So I just want to go through this list really quick. Okay, so the Raquel Welch wig, that's the one I just showed you, the dark one that I'm thinking about going back to get again. Now that I see how good the quality is in comparison to my trestle wig. I'm going to go for them again. John Renault, I love their synthetic hair. I love their human hair. They're 100% fantastic. They make a great product, but they are pricey. The synthetic wig that I have here was a little over $200, and the human hair wigs, the longer ones especially, they start at about $2,300 and they go all the way up to $4,000. They probably get more expensive than that, but I've never purchased them. The most I've ever spent on any of the wigs is I think $2,100. I got it on sale, and another time I actually found one gently used on eBay. So I lucked out and got that one for $700. Unfortunately, I ruined it because I don't know what's going on with their hairlines, but somehow they just wasn't working for me. And I plucked the crap out of it and tore it. So that was my John Renault experience. Tressalure, that's this brand. I don't think I love Tressalure, y'all. The one that I'm wearing right now. This hair is not manageable at all. It's only manageable now because I blended like 10 wefts of human hair strands into it. So that's why it's moving as well as it is. If you missed it the first time, this is what a weft looks like of human hair. And I just sewed it in. I cut out the old weft and replaced it with the new weft. But if you're going to try this at home, make sure that you remove the old weft, because nothing is more unmanageable than a wig with too much hair. If it's too dense, it's going to give you problems. So make sure that you completely remove one strand of synthetic hair before you replace it with another strand of human hair. Okay, so that, and then Sensational, now we're going on to, Envy wigs. I haven't worn an Envy wig in years. I used to buy their high-end synthetic wigs, and I think I liked them a lot, actually, and I should return because they were actually a good brand. And for some reason, maybe they're off the market. I don't know. I haven't seen any lately, so I haven't bought any. Now we're going to go to the more budget-friendly brands. Those brands that I just mentioned, they're high-end brands, to be honest. They're kind of like luxury wig brands. Now I'm going to start talking about the more budget-friendly ones. And I'll start with the human hair budget-friendly brand, Hair Vivi, which I loved when I was a brunette. But as I started wearing the blonde wigs, I noticed that they also kind of fall short when it comes to the blonde wigs. They too arrive damaged, unfortunately. So that was my experience with them. I think I would try them again. I only tried them one time for blonde hair. I wasn't pleased, so right away I just pivoted over back to John Renault. And since I had the cash, I spent the $2,300. But I think I'm going to try Hair Vivi again at some point. Now let's talk about real budget-friendly brands like Sensational. That's my favorite budget-friendly brand from Sensational. You can get a beautiful wig with great hairline. Oh my God, they make the most fantastic hairlines, and they're only like $40. But I will say I only get 1 week of wear out of those wigs. Same with Motown Tress. Actually, Motown Tress, extremely chemical smelling. That's been my experience with their synthetic hair. Extremely chemical smelling, like to the point where you can't even get it out. And I don't know if you guys read the report a few months ago or maybe a year ago about synthetic hair and the dangers that they pose because of the chemicals that are in them. But when I wear, like for a girl like me, some things we just have to make this choice. Are we going to wear the wig or not, right? So I'm still wearing synthetic hair wigs despite knowing that they do pose this threat. But that brand in particular, Motown Tress, with their synthetic hair wigs, you could smell their wigs from down the block. You could smell them from a mile away. They are so strong. I had to chill out on the Motown Tress wigs. But I did stumble across a Motown human hair wig that was blonde. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, this wig is good. Let me show it to you real quick. And then I got to get out of here before I miss my deadline. This wig, surprisingly enough, was by Motown Tress. It's blonde. It's a shorter wig, but they did a really good job bleaching this. This is honestly the first time I bought a budget-friendly wig that was blonde and the hair was not damaged. This hair is fantastic, and this is by Motown Tress, y'all. So I'm not promising you that you'll be able to find an equal product, because this is the one and only blonde wig that I've ever purchased from them, or human hair blonde wig that I ever purchased from them. So I can't, say whether or not this was just, I lucked up and got a good one. But y'all, if you feel like spending the little money, and they're not that expensive, to be honest, they're really not. Actually, there's a little tangling in the back, which probably would be worse if it was longer. I'm not sure. But I will say, in my opinion, they did a really great job bleaching this wig. I did add an extended lace part here. I sewed that in myself. Don't worry about that. That's just gel. I sewed that in myself, but without it, it's still good enough. So if you're interested in this one, it's very inexpensive. I want to say it's like $100. I think you could get this wig for $90. Honestly, it won't have the extended lace like I added. And I also did add a few wefts of hair because I wanted it to be a little fuller. I like full hair. But yeah, Motown Tress for their human hair wigs, really, really good. They're synthetic. Oh, they got to get that chemical out of there because I felt like if I inhaled it any longer, I'd be in the hospital. So Outre, that's another brand that does great for hairlines. They do fantastic hairlines. They also make really, really beautiful, stylish wigs. They're very on trend. Same with Sensational and Motown Tress. All of them are very, very on trend. The higher end brands, they're not so much on trend. I think they focus more on color and structure. That's why you get such a really good product, but their style variations are limited. The budget brands are really, really good at style, but they don't focus that much on construction, so they don't last, and their materials don't last very long. I don't do very well. I've heard people say they keep their budget-friendly synthetic wigs for a month long. I maybe I'm a little bit too picky for that. But yeah, I only get a week to 10 days out of them. Then we talk about, we talked about Envy. We talked about Hair Vivi. We talked about Janet. Okay, so Janet, I used to wear their human hair wigs all the time when I was a brunette. So I would buy this particular wig, and it was a color number 4, and I loved it. It was great. It was great. It was great. But then, I don't wear the dark hair anymore. And I bought a synthetic wig from them, and it shitted on me. Like the wig shitted on me, y'all. So I bought it last year for Thanksgiving, and I had bald spots all throughout the back of my head. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. I know that people look up and get good Janet wigs, but the one synthetic Janet wig that I bought was so bad that I have promised myself that at least for another 2 years, because beggars can't choose her. I'm kind of beggar. We're at the mercy of these wig companies. So I might buy from them again, but not for a long time. I'm still too angry. But that's all I have for now. I have tried other brands, obviously, but those are the brands that I frequented enough to be able to talk about them and give an honest review. Again, it means so much to me that you guys hung out with me today. Thank you for that. I'm going to go ahead and put on my John Renault human hair blend wig that I customized myself. And then I'm going to go pick up dinner. All right. I love you guys so much. Happy holidays. We'll talk again. I'll be back. I always feel better after I speak to you guys. So thank you again. And I love you. Have a great night. Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm missing out on these comments. Juliet says I got skills. Thank you. It was a lot of work, Juliet. I'm sorry. I'm calling you the wrong name. I should be calling you Angie's things. Sorry. Yeah, it was a lot of work. I didn't feel like I had skills. It felt like I was annoyed and I didn't want to do the job. But I'm glad I got through it. It's nice to be able to say I finished finally. It took forever. King Ragnar says, I understand. Thank you so much, King Ron. I hope you haven't left yet. I know I took a minute to respond to these messages. But I'm going to go now. I love you. We'll talk again soon. And have a good night, everybody. Peace.